Welcome back to our YouTube channel, The Book Digest. In today's episode, we're diving into a powerful and practical summary of Relentless by Tim Grover. This is a book that takes the traditional success playbook and pretty much lights it on fire.
Right out of the gate, Grover just throws the entire self-help industry out the window. This isn't a book about positive thinking or finding your happy place. It's a raw, unapologetic look at the psychology of pure dominance, arguing that the drive to be the absolute best, well, it comes from a much darker, more obsessive place than most of us are willing to admit.
And believe me, he should know. Grover isn't some theorist writing from a comfortable office. He's the guy who spent decades in the trenches with the most dominant athletes on the planet. He literally built his reputation by taking superstars who were already great and making them absolutely unstoppable. So what he's sharing comes directly from that experience.
So how does Grover see the world of competition? His whole philosophy is built on this simple, kind of brutal framework that puts every competitor into one of three buckets. And understanding these three is the key to unlocking everything else in the book. First up, you've got your coolers. Now, think of them as the solid, reliable foundation of any team. They're competent, they're good at their job, and they follow the game plan perfectly. But, and this is a big but, when things get chaotic, when the pressure's on, they wait for instructions. They react, they don't take control.
Okay, so a step above that, you have the closers. These are the stars, right? The people who want the spotlight when everything is on the line. They live for those high-stakes moments, and a lot of the time they deliver incredible results. But even their performance has a limit because it's still connected to their emotional state. A few bad plays, a little self-doubt, and even a closer can crack.
And then there's the cleaner. This isn't just another step up. We're talking about a different species altogether. A cleaner's drive is 100% internal. They don't need motivation. They don't need confidence. They don't need perfect conditions to perform. They are always at maximum investment, driven by a need so deep that everything on the outside just becomes noise.
Now, this table just lays out the differences so clearly. A cooler follows orders. A closer rises to the occasion. But a cleaner, they don't just handle chaos. They thrive in it. It's their natural habitat. Their drive is internal and unstoppable. And their goal isn't just to win the game. It's to own the entire sport.
So what does it actually take to be a cleaner? I mean, what's going on in their heads? To understand that, we need to really dissect their mindset, and Grover gives us the ultimate case study, Michael Jordan.
So here's the crucial point. A cleaner's engine never ever runs out of fuel because it runs on anything. They're fueled by this obsessive, almost dark need to just dominate. They're never satisfied. A win is just the setup for the next challenge. Michael Jordan was famous for this. He would literally invent slights and insults from opponents just to create an enemy he needed to crush. It was never about being liked. It was always about meeting his own impossible standard.
And this right here brilliantly shows the difference between thinking and just doing. In that high-pressure moment, a closer might pause to analyze the situation. That little pause, that's hesitation, and it can be fatal. A cleaner, though, has prepared so relentlessly, so obsessively, that they don't need to think. They just act. The right response is automatic, hardwired into them through thousands of hours of work.
This is where Grover flips conventional wisdom completely on its head. We're always told to manage our fear, right? To calm our nerves. Grover says that's the absolute worst thing you can do. A cleaner understands that the physical signs of fear, the racing heart, the heightened senses, that's the exact biological state you need for peak performance. They learn to feel that and think, oh, good, my body's ready to go.
In any competitive arena, Grover argues, it's really simple. You are either the predator or you are the prey. And cleaners are always the predator. They don't react to the situation, they create the situation. They set the emotional temperature in the room, they define the standard, and they force every single other person to react to them.
But look, this relentless drive, this predator mindset, it doesn't come for free. And Grover is brutally, brutally honest that to get to this level, you have to make sacrifices that most people just aren't willing to make. This brings us to a huge question in our modern culture, one that we all love to answer with a comforting yes. Can you really have it all? Can you achieve world-class, top-of-your-field success and still have a perfectly balanced, happy, personal life?
Grover's answer is a hard, simple no. He basically calls the whole idea of balance a myth for people who don't really want to make the sacrifices that greatness demands. Cleaners are not balanced people. They are completely, utterly obsessed, and that obsession will always, always take a toll on other parts of their life.
And here's exactly what that cost looks like.
Cleaners do not care about being liked. They'll be harsh with teammates if it means making the team better. Their singular focus often hurts their own health and their personal relationships. You see, their superpower is their total freedom from worrying about what other people think. But that freedom can be a really isolating place to live.
This quote really just captures the entire heart of the book. Grover isn't telling you to be a bad person. He's saying that the power to be truly extraordinary is found in a psychological space that most people find really uncomfortable. It's that part of you that is willing to be different, to be demanding, and to be completely unconcerned with just being average.
So ultimately, Relentless isn't really a simple how-to guide. It's more like a mirror. It forces you to confront the real, unvarnished cost of greatness, and it leaves you with one single powerful question. You know the price? Are you willing to pay it?